Hey everyone, welcome to day one of our 31 Days of Shadow Work series. My name is Kendra and I'm so excited to have you here with me. So each day we're going to dive into a new prompt that is designed to help you explore the shadows and enhance your healing journey. So today's prompt is all about self-judgment. Remember that this is a safe space for self-discovery. So take your time and be gentle with yourself. So let's get started. All right, today's prompt is: what parts of yourself do you hide to fit in or avoid judgment, and why? So I wanted to start with this question because it's very important that you start addressing the areas of your life where you're not showing up authentically. When you are not showing up as your authentic self, you're wearing a mask all day, and that can be super exhausting. Also, when you're not showing up as your authentic self, the people around you don't genuinely know who you are. So they're only able to respond based on who they think you are. And that probably causes a lot of friction in relationships because whereas you think people should know you better, they can't. And so I want you to start seeing the areas of your life that you're scared to show people. And I will start. All right. So for me, right, I am very spiritual. Very, very spiritual. I, talked about spiritual gifts. I had a whole Clairsenses series, and I am really big on enhancing spiritual gifts and enhancing spiritual abilities because I believe that we all have spiritual gifts. So for me, I'm not going to lie. Even though I had a whole Clairsenses series on here, I still am someone who hides my spiritual gifts from the world. So my family knows, my close friends know, people who know me personally know that I have a spiritual gift and know that I use my spiritual gift. But people like on social media, my platforms, they don't know. They don't know. I don't really like to talk about it. And I don't like to talk about it because I feel like a lot of times it causes conflict in my relationships. I feel like people feel like I'm judging them, or they feel like they can't be themselves around me, or they feel like because I can see through their mask, it's very uncomfortable for them. So I do tend to hide that part of me because I don't like this idea that because I have a spiritual gift, that's all that I am. I like to have conversations about, non-serious topics. I like to dive into deep topics too. I like to talk about taboo topics. I'm a big Scorpio stellium. Like, I love darkness. I love taboo. Like, I love talking about things that people are scared to talk about. And I do tend to hide that aspect of myself because a lot of people do only prefer surface level. Like, a lot of people aren't willing to go deeper in conversation because going deeper in conversation means that you have to show your authentic self. And I am someone who loves showing my authentic self, but more in a one-on-one setting. I'm not really interested in being this big energy in large group settings, mainly because I know that I am a healer. So because I know that I'm a healer, I'm not trying to be in the middle of the party doing no healing. And I'm saying that from experience. Like, there have been many times where I'm at the party pulling tarot cards. There have been many times where I'm at the party having a whole session with some random person who is spilling their guts to me. Like, I'm glad that I make people feel safe in that way, but I do hide that part of me a lot simply because of my own energetic protection and for my own spiritual gift. Like, I want to use my spiritual gift when spirit tells me to. I want to use my spiritual gift as I see fit. And I have like surpassed that time in my life where I believe that everyone is my assignment. And so I like to be more reserved with my spiritual gift. So I will say that is a part of me. I will say those two things. So my spiritual gift is one, and the fact that I love talking about taboo and dark topics, like, love it. So I hide those things simply because it can kill the vibe sometimes. I have definitely killed the vibe at many parties back in the day. Simply because I'm like, y'all, we ain't talking about nothing. Like, let's talk about something for real. Like, what you think about this? So I want you to tell me, what parts of yourself do you hide to fit in or to avoid judgment, and why do you do it? I want to thank y'all so much for joining me for day one of the 31 Days of Shadow Work series. And make sure you're back tomorrow for day two. See you then.